talk about homeschool stress turned into homeschool success. So, when you're first starting out with homeschooling, I think it's really important to think about your mindset going into it, your expectations that you have for yourself and for your child, and also how you're going to implement. So, those are the three main points I want to talk about today, especially if you're someone who is a public school family turned homeschool family due to COVID-19. So some of it will be directly towards those friends, and some of it will just be generic for anyone thinking about homeschooling their children. So number one, mindset. It's going to be adjustment for everybody. So for you, also for your children, for your spouse, it's going to be an adjustment. So just keep that in mind and come to your homeschool journey and with just grace for yourself that you are going to make mistakes. Things aren't going to be perfect. And also grace for your children because they are also experiencing changes and adjustments. So have that in mind. Do your breathing techniques if you need to keep calm. And know that sometimes you may have to surrender and things won't go as planned, and that's okay. And so the last part of your mindset is just always find something to be thankful, grateful, or to celebrate as a win. Because if you're not finding anything positive in that journey, it's not going to be fun. So enjoy it, find joy in your journey, and always celebrate a win of the day, of one win each day. So point two was expectations. You're going to need to start small. So if you're someone who, again, was public school turned homeschool, I wouldn't even have any expectations for the first few days. So what do you focus on if you have zero expectations? You start with conversations. Just talk to your children and you observe them. And that is really key. Like, just observe and try not to break concentration. So if ever you notice your children are concentrating, especially when it's not on technology, then be observant and try not to break their concentration. It's so easy to be like, well, how many are there? How many cars are there? Try to just simply observe. See what grabs their attention. See how they manipulate the toys that they're playing with, and see just how they interact with the environment around them, because that will give you so much insight into how can you proceed in the future with your homeschool. So point three is implementation. So when you go to implement, it's important to keep these things in mind. How are you going to maintain connection with your children? And maybe even that's what you focus on to begin with. Connection such as like eye contact, touch, and feeling close to one another. Your children are going to need to feel supported and loved through this, and it's easy when we get stressed out or have really high expectations for that to kind of break down. So maintain connection, and then also I would start with tasks or life skills that are important. So cooking, baking, cleaning, just teaching children how to put away their toys, how you want that to look. And maybe you have to step back and start with an organization. So you need to declutter, reduce the amount of toys, make sure everything has a place, and then your children know where that goes. And so learning that is a skill. That's a life task skill that you can start with your children right now. So I would focus on connections, those tasks and life skills, and getting outside, because when you go outside, you can learn just as much out there as you can inside. So, and while you're doing these things, while you're building connection with your kids by singing together, by cooking together, by going outside together, look and see if you can find what are their interests, what's going to hook them, what is going to make them stay interested, what do they love to do, and so that will give you a great foundation for figuring out what's my next step. So again, if I recap this video, one, think about your mindset. You have to come into it positively. You have to give yourself some grace, leave room for adjustments, and always find something to celebrate. And then Point 2 was your expectations. Keep them low, start small, start with conversations and observations. And point 3 was implementation, starting with connecting with your child, thinking about life skills and getting outside so you really can learn how to interact together, how to find their niche in learning, and how you're going to be able to get their attention and keep it. So I hope this was a great start for you in as far as your homeschool journey. And if you've got questions about what you want to hear from me next, please comment below. Like this video if you got something from it, and also please subscribe if you think that this future content could be helpful to you. Have a great day.